Is this thing on? It is! Welcome to Good Roaring. I'm Rory. Fancy meeting you here. It's time for, some NHL franchise mode action. Trying to save the Buffalo Sabres. And we're in the playoffs. In the 2028-2029 season. We're in the first round against the Leafos. And we have a 2-1 lead in the series. Good morning, Al. How you doing? I still have to send you guys the tickets for tomorrow. I keep forgetting. I'm like, I have to do that, and then I forget. So I'll have to do that today. For sure. Anyway. We have a 2-1 lead in the series. The Buffalo Sabres. Dustin Wolf's been doing pretty good. I mean, Joseph Wall's been okay as well. So neither goalie has been terrible. We're pretty even record-wise. So I think we'll just continue on and see how it goes. I mean, I'm hoping we advance through. See how far we can go. I have a pretty good team now. Cooley with a power play goal. Good stuff. Power play for the Leafs, nothing happened in there. Feels about right. Nick Waugh scores, but Tage Thompson gets one right back. Right back. Good stuff. Boldy puts one in. 3-1 lead. Busy first period, that's for sure. Going into the second with the lead, I'll take it. Kyrou puts one in. 4-1 lead. It would be nice if we could put a stranglehold on this series. Go up 3-1. Exchanging power plays, nothing more happens. Which is fine with me. I'm okay with... My mic is in and out. Why is my mic in and out? Is that better? Why is my mic in and out? Alright, this is gonna sound weird, but I gotta do a little test thing. My mic is in and out. My mic is in and out. Hopefully it's better. I can hear myself. It's okay. I don't know about when I'm talking for a long time. Okay. Let's hope it normalizes. Let's hope it gets better. I don't know. It's closer now, so hopefully it activates more normally. Maybe it was too far away. I don't know. Let me know if it improves or stays the same. Alright. Tage Thompson puts one in. 5-1. Voutilainen scores. 6-1. Okay. I will take it. Alright. Oh, I didn't do 3 stars. I'm sorry. I'm ahead of the game. Goodness. Well, 3-1 in the series. Every series is currently 3-1. That is weird. That is weird. The only series to go 3-2 at this point is Florida and New Jersey. Edmonton is through. Chicago's through. Montreal is through. All the rest are 3-1, probably today. Okay, good. Glad to... Well, I don't... I don't want you to have problems, but also I wasn't sure what the issue was. All right. We will continue. Let's see if we can close this series out against the Leafs. Well, bunch of shots. Also a bunch of nothing. Bunch of nothing in the first. Boldy finally breaks the scoreless tie with a power play goal. Tage Thompson puts one in 2-0. Power play for us once again. Tamura gets one in. Good stuff. 3-0 going into the third. Shots are 27-12. I don't know what happened to the Leafs. They're kind of folding like a lawn chair. A cheap lawn chair. A well-greased one, actually. Okay, Power and Condrey Miller both get a goal as well. Well, Condrey Miller's on the Beniers puts one into 6-0. Kesselring gets some kind of, you know, redemption. I don't even know what to say. Boldy 1 and 2. Dustin Wolf 26 stops. Tage Thompson with 1. We eliminate the Leafs in round 1. The legacy, unfortunately, continues. Although the team in this game has been pretty good, so I don't know. I can't really, like, beat up on the Leafs too much. But we made it through. How about Rochester? Rochester is up 2-1 on Utica. I'll take that. Looks like Darlene was a little injured. What's happening in the series now? Florida ends up advancing. We end up advancing, obviously. Philly and New York are still going, and Vancouver and Seattle. That would be a fun series. I mean, it's not going to happen anytime soon in reality, but it looks like a fun series, that's for sure. Vancouver advances. Only series to go 7 is New York and Philly. All right. We have the Florida Panthers in the next round. How's Rochester doing? Rochester goes to the next round too, against Freddie Anderson and the Cleveland Monsters. That is wild. That is wild. Not Iowa wild, but it is wild. All right. Well, what are we looking at here? Dan Vladar is their goaltender. Their top scorer is Sam Iskevich. Okay. Let's take a look at Florida. For what we know, I suppose. Kachuk, Barkov, Reinhardt, Sam Iskevich, Lundell, Verhaeghe, Lusterinen. Lusterinen? I don't know. Bennett and Duclair. Brad Marchand, Boquist, and... Okay. They are pretty much... Their offense is pretty much similar. Middleton, Jones, Siegenthaler, Mikkola, Gustafsson, and Oli Mata. And they had Dan Vladar and Cam Talbot. Wow. Cam Talbot at 41. Goodness. Okay. Regular season, they were 54, 25, and 3. So they were pretty good. Well, let's see how it goes. Hopefully Rochester does okay against Cleveland. Alright, game 1. Against the Florida Panthers, who also may not make the playoffs this year. Wild. Mikkola scores in the first 2.5 minutes, basically. Reinhardt puts one in. 2-0. Condre Miller gets one back. We have 3 shots. We had like 1 shot until then. All right. 2-1 for Florida after 1. Power play for us. Nothing doing. Power play for Florida. Another a 5-on-3. Matt Boldy scores on Vladar after their 5-on-3 to tie it up at 2. Bo Byram puts one in. We took the lead. Down 2-0 to up 4-2. Tamura puts one in as well. All right. Beniers puts one in on Vladar to make it 5-2. I feel like that's going to be Florida's Achilles here. Well, Byram gets 1-1, Boldy 1-1, and Reinhardt was 1. 5 hits for Reinhardt too. He was all over the place. 5-2 victory in game 1. Started out slow, but man, we came roaring back. We got roaring. Now we gotta get roaring. Rochester is up 1-0 on Cleveland. Take that, Freddie. We also took one in Florida, so we took away their home ice advantage, which is nice. Game 2 in Florida. Power play for us. Nothing happening. We got some shots on, though. All right. Barkov finally gets one in, but Geeky gets it right back. Good stuff. 1 minute later, Geeky ties it up. Peltier puts one in. Boldy gets one in the power play to tie it up. New game going into the 3rd. Siegenthaler puts in one. Gives Florida the lead. 10 minutes left. We had a power play there. Nothing doing. We have put 39 shots on now, so everything I said about Vladar is wrong at this point. Florida squeaks out a 3-2 win. Vladar 38 stops. He heard what I said. He heard what I said. That's what happened. Barkov 1-1. Siegenthaler was 1. He heard the press conference. He says, now let me tell you, buddy. Let me tell you. You don't think I'm qualified with my 898 save percentage versus your goalie with a 934. You don't think I'm qualified. But so far our numbers are pretty good. Hopefully over the series that changes. We're at home now. Back at the KeyBank Center in Buffalo. Let's see if we can take the series lead 2-1. We took one in Florida. It's always good when you can take a home game away from the opponent. Power play, nothing doing. Bulich gets one after Florida had a power play. Another power play for Florida, but nothing doing there. Their power play was firing at like 10%. So, see what happens. Power play for us. Same for Florida. Nothing doing on either end. Still 1-0. Short-handed goal by Rasmus Dahlin on Vladar. Excellent. We keep giving him power plays. I don't know what we're doing. Like, are we just It's the playoffs and we're getting billions of penalties. How are we just violent? Like, what is happening? It's either violence or stupid things. That's what it is. Power play goal by Owen Power. Power on the power play. Logan Cooley also gets a power play goal. Goodness, if there's any time for our power play to heat up, it's right now. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for heating up at the right time. All right, 4-0 win. Wolf 27 stops. Coolidge 1-1. Owen Power 1-1. Good stuff. Good stuff. I saw the grudge match. It's like a playoff game. Playoff game is a grudge match. Aren't they all? All right. Well, you know. So we are up 2-1. Montreal is up 2-1 on Philly. The Jets are up 2-1 on Chicago. And Vancouver is up 2-1 on the Oilers. I don't know what Vancouver did in the last, like, 3 years to be better than the Oilers at this point. It's not over, though. We'll see. We'll see. All right. 2-1 in the series. Game 4 at home. We had our Buffalo Wings. We hit the anchor bar. Gone to the KeyBank Center. Ready for the game. Rasmus Dahlin puts one in. Pass Vladar. Power play for Florida. Nothing doing there. I'm dwindling away. Nothing else occurring in the first. 1-0 for us so far. Florida is putting on the shot, so there's got to be some momentum there. Power play for Florida. Nothing happening there. Power play for us. Also nothing doing. Howard puts it. Power play goal by Howard on Vladar. Another power play. Can we keep it rolling? No? Okay. 2-0 going into the third. Power play for us again. Nothing happening there. The shots are about even, though, so must be going kind of back and forth. Lundell gets one. They're within one. 7 left. Boldy puts in the insurance marker with 3:32 left. Power play for Florida right at the end. They don't do it. 3-1 victory to go up 3-1 in the series. 29 stops by Wolf. Boldy 1-1. And Dahlin 1-1. Excellent. Well then. Well then. We are up 3-1 on Florida. Montreal is up 3-1 on Philly. Vancouver and the Oilers are tied after my conversation there. And Winnipeg goes up 3-1 on Chicago. So let's see if we can close it out. See if we can close it out. Logan Cooley puts one in on Vladar. Power play for Florida. Nothing doing there. Hanzik puts one in. 2-0 lead. 2 goals on 6 shots on Vladar. All right. 2-0 after 1. Power play for Florida. Logan Cooley scores after the power play, basically standing beside Vladar. Like, hey, I'm going to score. And he did. Mikula gets one in. Makes it 3-1. Power play for us again. Rasmus Dahlin on the power play. Goodness. 4-1. 4-1 after 2. Gadjevich puts one in for Florida. Brings it to 2. But Cairo gets one back. 5-2. Power play for Florida. Rasmus Dahlin scores after the power play. You know. 7 minutes left. 5 minutes left. 4-goal gap. I think we can say goodbye to Florida. And Logan Cooley says, yes, you can. You can say goodbye to Florida. 7-2 victory to eliminate the Florida Panthers. Rasmus Dahlin, 2 goals, 3 assists. Your best players are your best players in those games. Logan Cooley with a hattie. And Matt Boldy with 3 assists. Our big boys were dominant in that game. Dominant. Well, first team to advance into the next round. How are we doing here? Oh no, the Monsters are up 3-2. What happened? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Is that it? Oh no. Oh no. That was it. Freddie made it through. No other series has ended so far. They're all 3-2. Edmonton pulled ahead of Vancouver. Edmonton won. So never mind, everything I was saying is Vancouver going to be better than Edmonton in a couple of years. Never mind. That's done. Chicago and Winnipeg are 3, and so are Philly and Montreal. Should be it now. We have the Philadelphia Flyers. Jesper Wallstedt is their goaltender. Dustin Wolf has been playing at a disgusting clip of 943 with a 165 goals against. That is just nuts. Wallsted's at a 910 with a 283, so he's better than Vladar. We're averaging 4.2 goals a game. Our goals against are below 2. That's nuts. Our power play is firing at 27.8%, and our penalty kill is over 90. So combined, we're looking at like 120% almost on our power play and penalty kill. That is nuts. That is nuts. Poor Rochester, they tried. Got stymied by Freddie Anderson. All right, let's take a look at Philly and see what they got. We are now in the conference final, folks. Conference final. Travis Konecny, Trevor Zegras, and Matvey Michkov. Forster, Frost, and Bunting. Wow, Michael Bunting. Barlow, Stenlund, and Couturier are the third line. Bobby Brank, Colton Sissons, and Zachary LaRue. Defense? Jamie Drysdale, Andre, Zadorov, Jordan Harris, Malinsky, and Zach Jones. I don't know. Wallstedt, though, goodness. Bjarnason, I guess. All right. Okay. I guess we could just get right in there. It's at home. So the Flyers were 41, 32, and 9. But their last 10 games before the playoffs, they were 7-3 and 0. So they were on a bit of a heater. 48, 33 and 1. 48, 33, 31 and 3 for us. So I think we were I don't know, we're kind of close in the ranks, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know, but the fact that they made it to the conference final is pretty big. I also I need to adjust the tickets. It's they're going to cost more in the conference final. Power play goal for Kyrou after Drysdale scores. Drysdale gets one in the first 2 minutes. Teams may be a little nervous, but Kyrou saves us from that. Ties up the game. I don't know. The shots don't say they're nervous. 22-7 in the first. 23-9. Goodness. I don't think we're going to get 60 shots in a game. Forrester scores one on Wolf. But so far, Wallstedt has been unbelievable. Konechny puts in a power play goal. Another power play. Hopefully they're not going to make us pay for all those penalties we were getting. Seems to be happening so far. 3-1 going into the third. Geeky puts one in. 3-2. Barlow gets one right back. They're scoring a little much. Power play for us. 40 shots on. 43. 44 now. 45? 46 shots. We're going for 50. Stenless scores to make it 5-2. 49 shots on. A 5-2 win for Philly. Shots were 49-24 for us. Dustin Wolf easily had his worst game. Wallstead was, I don't know, standing on his head the whole time. That's nuts. 47 stops for the win by Wallstead. 1-1 for Drysdale and 1-1 for Barlow. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. That was a wild game. That was wild. More wild than Iowa. That's for sure. It looks like Andre Miller might have been injured. Let's take a look at the lines. Yep. Simashev comes in. Budalainen moves up to the second pairing. Looks like Andre Miller is out. He had a decent playoffs. He was playing 21-52 a night on the second pairing. Goodness. Okay. I guess we've been okay for injuries so far. That might be part of the reason we were having an issues. We were down to 5 defensemen, but still. That's a lot of shots. Wallstead basically just stood on his head. What do I want to check? Ownership stuff. Ticket prices. Set prices. Tickets. Game tickets. Boom. Oh, it's the Stanley Cup that go up. Okay, we'll deal with that. If we make it there, we got to make it there. All right, game 2, KeyBank Center. Philly took the lead from us. Philly must be like on fire. I don't know what's going on. Wallstead definitely is. Like 50 shots, 49 shots on him. Goodness. Michkov scores on the power play. They're making us pay on the power play. Our penalty kill was pretty good up till now. 92% before the series, but it's been, they found some holes. Doesn't help Condre Miller's out, but, you know. Budalainen, I think, is pretty good defenseman. Bobby Brink puts one in on Dustin Wolf. I don't know what's going on. Power play for Philly. All of a sudden, it's like a power outage here. Michael Bunting puts one in on Dustin Wolf. This is not good. They're finding hole. Trevor Zegras on the power play. Goodness. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Paige Thompson finally gets one in. Michkov scores like a minute and a bit later. Oh boy! It's Philly's turn to get like 30-something shots. Well, they've rolled into Buffalo and they're gonna take 2. That's not good. That's not good. We make it to the conference final, and it gets rough. Michkov 2-1, Bunting 1-1, Wallstead 23 stops. Not the miracle he was last time, but he's still stymieing us. We only got the 1. We're definitely not scoring at the same clip. They've way picked up their goals per game. Goals against per game, we're still doing better, but it's mostly from history. Their power play has also increased, and our penalty kill has dropped. So in every category, they're starting to dominate. So let's see if we can take it to them at home. I don't know what's going on. Philly must be like roaring hot. Like on fuego there. Simashev puts one in on Wallstead. We'll take it. Power play for Philly. Nothing doing. Thank goodness. Power play for us. We need to get back to that clip that we had going of 20-something%. So at least 1 a game. Inner penalty kill has to pick it up. They did that time. Geeky puts one in, 2-0. Power play for Philly. Nothing happening. Good stuff. Harris puts one in to make it 2-1. Alright, 2-1 going into the third. Not so crazy on the shots this time. Barlow ties it up. Could we have our first OT game? We have our first OT game in the conference final. 2-2 in OT. Power play for us, 5-on-3. Come on, guys. Come on. That was the chance. Power play again, nothing to do. Okay. We had 2 power plays in OT and we didn't put one in, well, including a 5-on-3. That's giving up your opportunities, really. Going to a second OT. Power play again. Okay. 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 We had 3 power plays. 3 in overtime, including a 5-on-3, and we didn't get it done. So that's on us. There's no way we could say they, you know, they did something miraculous. We messed it up, really. Well, Winnipeg's up 2-1 on the Oilers. We are down 3-1 to Philly on this magical run that they're on. Very magical. I don't even know. I don't even know. Coach, what are we doing? It's not like our stuff is bad. Like, nothing's bad. I mean, it hurts losing an 86 defenseman. That hurts. But I feel like our team can hold its own. Like, how is Voutilainen doing? He's doing okay. He's also 21. Like, nobody's doing absolutely terrible here. Oh, Bo Byram's not doing the best, but the Bo Byram may be the issue there. I don't know. We'll see. Condrey Miller was doing great as far as I saw, though. All right. Well, we have the biggest hole that you could possibly be in. It's a well at this point. The Buffalo Sabres are down a well. Let's see if we can recover. We just gotta win one. That's where it starts. Gotta win one. So far, no shots in the first 5 minutes. That's not good. Alright, we got a shot. 2 shots? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. We were rolling before the series, and Philly is technically, they didn't have a better regular season than us, so very strange. Continue. Nothing after 1. Stenlund scores on Dustin Wolf. Power play for Philly. We killed that one off. That's okay. Power play for us. Still didn't capitalize. Power play for Philly. Nothing doing. Time winding down in the second. So far, we've scored nothing. Oh, there we go. Beniers. Hey, buddy. Colton Sissons puts one in to give Philly the lead, like, literally less than a minute later from Matty Beniers. 5-on-3 for Philly. We ended up killing that. We need momentum out of that. Third period. Power play for Philly again. 7 minutes left. 6. 5 minutes left in our season. 3, 2. Power play. Couldn't get it done on the power play. Right at the end. Probably pulled the goalie. 34 stops. 34 shots. 33 stops by Wallstead. Stymied by Wallstead. And Dustin Wolf just was not as good as Wallstead. Wallstead was better in this series by far. Well, swept by Philly in 4 in the conference final. I mean, I suppose you can, you know, say we made it to the conference final and so on and so forth, but we got obliterated. Just rolled by Philly, and Philly was not a better regular season team. Philly and the Oilers in the final. Let's see about ticket prices. They should be fine. The Stanley Cup champions are the Edmonton Oilers, and the Calder Cup champions are the Iowa Wild. That is weird. That I was just using them for a joke, and here they are. They're like, oh yeah, calling us a joke? Well, just go out and win the Calder, bud. Pittsburgh gets the first overall. Los Angeles, Tampa, Boston, Ottawa goes from 3 to 5. Tampa drops from 5 to 6 via Minnesota. Nashville, St. Louis, Utah, Carolina, the Islanders, the Ducks, Washington, San Jose, Detroit, and Calgary in the muddy middle. All right. Let's take a look at all the awards and things. Let's see how it unfolded. Oh, wow. They went 7. Oilers went 7 with Winnipeg. Then they went 7 with Philly after Philly wiped us out. But we were dominant in the first 2 rounds. Like, dominant. Philly went 7 with Montreal. Maybe that should have been an indicator. They went 7 with New York, 7 with Montreal. They wiped us out in 4, then they went 7 against the Oilers. Maybe we weren't the team, eh? But we made it to the conference final. Oilers. 4th cup in a row. Dynasty time. 4th cup in a row. Who is beating the Oilers? Goodness. Connor McDavid is 3rd Art Ross in a row. 3rd Hart. Quinn Hughes wins the Norris and the Lady Byng. Calder goes to Jacobson on Pittsburgh. Draisaitl wins the Conn Smythe. Taken away from McDavid after 2 years, and Bouchard got it the previous. Vezina goes to Demko. William Jennings goes to Knight. Wallman gets it for the Masterton for the Oilers. Columbus's coach wins the Jack Adams. Selke goes to Crosby, still around, crazy. McDavid wins the Ted Lindsay. Maurice Rocket-Richard goes to Matthews. And there we are. All right. Actually, hold on. All right. Well, we made it to the conference final, but we got absolutely roasted. That was unfortunate. Let's see what happens with the retirements. Sid is done. 2,001 points, 748 goals, 1,253 assists in 1,673 games. Goodness. Patrick Kane was almost 500 points behind him with like 130-ish less games. Still. That's nuts. Claude Giroux, 1,200 points in 1,465. Carlson had 1,103 points in 1,400 games as a defenseman. That's nuts. Hedman also had over 1,000 points with 1,400 games. 1,450. They had the same as Nazem Kadri, who's a forward. He only played 13-13 though. Eberle, 922 in 1367. Zuccarello retires, 900 and 1,200 games. JVR calls it a day at 40. 781 points in 13-13. It's weird, he had the same amount as Kadri. Cam Fowler retires at 37. 753 points in 1,356 games. Dougie Hamilton at 36. 723 points in 1,157. Palmieri retires. Is that Ryan Suter finally retires at 44? I don't think he's actually played a game in like 3 years or something. And he retires like 3 years after that. Goodness. Anders Lee retires. 658. 344 goals though in 1,000 games. Brian Rust also retires. OEL retires at 37. 641 points in 1,365 games. Riley Smith. Johansson. Adam Henrique retires. Justin Falk. Charlie Coyle. Jared Spurgeon. Brendan Saad at 36. Ryan McDonough at 40. Matthias Ekholm at 39. Lars Eller at 40. John Klingberg. Craig Smith and John Klingberg. Petrie retires. Colton Parayko retires at 36. Wow. Pickles retires at 42. Eric Howla. Nick the Butte Bukestad. What a beauty. 39? No, 36. Okay. Marcus Foligno at 37 retires. Tanner Pearson retires. Troy Bodie retires. Sorry, Troy Bodie. TJ Brody. Scott Lawton retires at 35. Nate Schmidt retires. Cody Ceci. Leaf legend Cody Ceci. Radko Gudas retires. And the world rejoiced. He was on the Oilers, though. Zach Bogosian. And, like, look at this. This is just a lot of beard between these two. Zach Bogosian. Luke Shen retires. Grizzlick retires. Nieto retires. Sundquist. Colin Miller. Brock McGinn. Glendening. Garnet Hathaway. Hinestroza. Edmondson. Noshek. Goodbranson. Troy Stetcher retires at 35. Forbort. Alright. Travis Boyd. Marlies legend. Butcher. Justin Hall. Also Leafs legend. Brodzinski. Osterlieb. Bortuzzo. Sam Carrick. Matt Benning. Goodness. Just what a list. Goalies? Jonathan Quick. 864 games played. 436 wins. He had a career 910. That's crazy. Varlamov also retires. 915 career. 315 wins. Martin Jones retires with 264 wins in 540 games. Wow. So the goalies are not as impressive, but the skaters, that was a lot of skaters. And only, okay, Nazem Kadri and Claude Giroux become coaches. Following coaches, there's no scouts from all those players? That's weird. Okay. Looks like our coaching staff is okay on Buffalo. And nothing from Rochester. Okay. All right. Well, what do we have? Let's take a look at our contracts for a minute. Okay. Most of our team is signed. Voutilainen, we're going to need to extend him. Well, I'll give him a contract, but he's an RFA, so is Kulich, so is Hellenius. Mohamed Doolin is probably going to go out there. That's fine. Gonsalves. Okay, what about in the system? Mostly RFAs. Any UFAs are mostly guys that are just dudes, you know. Stahl is 40 years old, still playing. He's still 79, though. Goodness. Hexier's down there, although he played on the big team. A lot of 78, 79s and so on in our AHL system. Let's take a look at our goalies. We got both of our goalies locked up in the system. You know, maybe probably one of these guys we'll keep. I don't know. Brennan, maybe DiPietro. Maybe probably these two. Matt Murray was just a little bit of insurance. Now, is there anybody that we're not dealing with here? Bo Byram had a good regular season. How did Condre Miller do? He did okay as well. Voutilainen is up to a top 4. Andre Miller had a pretty good playoffs. It was okay for Bo Byram. Logan Cooley had a heck of a playoffs. Tage Thompson was good as well. No problem with our first line in the playoffs. They did well. Matty Beniers had himself a playoff too, so no argument there either. I don't know. My thought is to kind of make space for Voutilainen to move up, but I don't know. Like, it means either Bo Byram or Condre Miller. I guess we'll take a look at the draft class for the moment. See what's there. Also, what picks we have. End of the first round and 1 in the 4th. That's all we have. Unless we make deals, that's all we got. We didn't do much scouting at the front here. Not that that really matters, but we're looking back here kind of thing. Not seeing anything that's like blowing me away, you know? There was a guy that was 2 years out. That's a little better, Petrangelo, but everything is very low on the binocular scale. Let's take a look back here. Henry? Yeah. Weaknesses, none. Offensive instincts, balance, puck protection. Is he a sniper, though? He sounds more like a two-way. Talk about playstyle. Playstyle, we know his readiness. Okay, so he is a sniper. Skills? Strengths? Shot? Yep. Is it physicality? Yeah, okay. So he's like pure sniper. Which is hard to go wrong with. So he doesn't have no weaknesses. He looks okay. Like, I don't know if it's crazy, but probably not a terrible pick. Skating somewhat worries me. Grinder? I don't know. What do we have like right on the cusp here? 3 years, 3 years. No, let's talk to this guy. Two years maybe. Three years, okay. Way forward, playstyle? Playmaker. Interesting. Skills? Strength. Skating? Silky smooth hands. Alright. Lack size, playmaking ability, instincts. He's 5'9", 178. Voracek, 3 years away? I don't know. I think the guy down here, Henry, is a little... Or is it Jorge Henry? Or is it Jorge Henry? I'm really not sure. Or is it George Henry? Or George Henry? We really don't know. Alright, let's use our last interview for like some potential diamonds in the rough. Speaking of diamonds, any gems? I have one. Could be a good pick at that position. So we'll check there. Potentials? Got another one. Alan Krog. It's awesome. Love it. Braden Holtby, 4 years away. Alan Krog. There's a couple second rounders though. That look kind of interesting. Another goaltender that's kind of a maybe. A lot of goalies. A lot of maybes. I mean, I guess they're all maybes, technically. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. At 135, kind of interesting. Then we get into like the top picks here. Like top 5 at a top 6 forward medium? I don't know. The skating isn't good, but for that position in the draft, I'll kind of mark him just in case. You can always trade in, right? Yeah, like this draft does not seem overly great. That's an interesting player. There's some fairly interesting players at the end of the second round. Ari Lettinen. Interesting. These aren't too high, but they are 18 years old, so I don't know. I think we found better later on. Oh, that's 14th, okay. It rates. Okay. Alright, I am open to suggestions on do we need to do any moves? Or are we looking to kind of go with the same situation? Dahlin is fine. Boldy's fine. Cooley's fine. Thompson's fine. Owen Power's fine. Beniers was great, you know. I know I had my doubts, but he was great. Geeky, 5.7. Fine during the regular season. How'd he do in the playoffs? 6 points, -3. He did okay in a third line role. You know. Condre Miller did well. Bo Byram did okay. Kyrou, I thought, had a good playoffs. He scored some key goals. 10 points in 14 games, +4, like pretty decent. Like pretty decent. I don't think he was like gangbusters, but he was pretty good. Full career stats on Voutilainen. How did he do in the playoffs? 2 points, 14 games. Didn't really produce points. +4 though. Still growing, I think. So it might make sense to give one more year for Bo Byram and Condre Miller at 3-4 and then see where we're at with Voutilainen. He's rated at 84 right now, but like, what was his problem? Teammates, individual performance. Individual performance was probably it. Eliminated, ice. Oh, lost morale because of ice time. Okay. So he might be champing at the bit for some more ice time, which is kind of meh. It's not great. Mohamedoulan was also okay. Thoroughly okay. Individual performance. Like, we might just end up letting him go. I don't know if we can get anything for him, but he seems to be having a tough time in the situation he's in, so. Alright. Let's get going with the draft. What do we got on the block? Our first round pick, DiPietro, probably fine. Second in 2030. I'm going to put Mohamedoulan on there because I don't intend to keep him, so I don't think he has much value. He really doesn't. It's just a contract situation at this point. Although if we could pull a pick for him, then I'll take it. Is there... Don't really want to deal New York's second round pick right now. Although I may if I'm trying to get in on some of those picks. Let's take a look at rookie skaters. Sort by age. Cowan's going to be a free agent, I think. But it might be it might be time to go for him. And I think I'm going to remove the 4th and put haters. Furlong as well. I don't know. If we can get like just picks for these guys, that's fine. Okay. Entry draft. Zucker on expiring, Hofer on expiring, Thompson on expiring. Just a bunch of expires. It's like a trade for trade kind of thing. Alright, let's try Mohamedulin with like Cowan. A 6th. A 4th. 4th as well. $116 for the Rangers. Probably take the highest 4th pick we can get. I think it was the Rangers. I'll take that. Seventh. $223, $221, $219, $209. We'll do that. Okay. Okay, I think that's all I really want to do. Like right off the hop is just get some picks. Because look at the draft board now, projected picks. We have a couple in the 4th, late 4th, and we have one at 29, and we have a 7th. So I have one marked at 35. And then I have two at 58, 59, and then one at 62. So all like late seconds. 58. So let's take a look at the second round. Does anybody have like 2 picks at the end of the second? Boston does. Probably one of them's ours. They want them though, so I don't know. Montreal has one. They want to trade. So 64, 63, 62, 61, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 5, 54. The Sharks have 2. Let's see what the Sharks want for their 2 picks. Yeah, they have 53, 56, and 58. So, like, what do they want for these 2? A second Simishev and more. Vlad Simishev in 7th. I could work with this. Let's remove Simashev, because he becomes abundantly more important now. They want Lafreniere. What was Lafreniere in terms of a pick? He was a late second. I mean, he did really well. But he's a 69 and he's at age 20, so he really has to advance. They don't really want him, though. He doesn't have as much value. Lad was a first, so probably not worth getting out on Lad yet. He's 19. George they want. I'll probably put in George. Although that's probably like very similar. Yeah, it's probably very similar. Oh. I could try and sneak 56-58. But that's cutting it a little tight, so that's why I thought I'd get those two. I think it's worthwhile. I don't really want to trade Simashev. This I'm okay with, but I need value equal to Simashev. Like, it's not really that much. So, like, what if we do draft picks? Like a fourth? Will that do it? Okay, we have 160 and 126. Is there anything I want in this draft at 160 and 126? Take a look. Kind of. Yeah, I kind of do. Kind of. So if I can trade in for... Well, I can always trade in for fourths. Like, that shouldn't be a problem. I kind of need 3 picks, actually. Because if I'm going to get that and that and that. So let's see what happens there. Let's try and get all 3 of those San Jose picks. Now we're talking like Condre Miller. Or Bo Byram. Or our first. And Simashev. I don't know. Not sure these picks are worth like a high-end defenseman. We could trade down our first, but there was somebody that we wanted to get. Let me take a look. I know I gotta pay to play, like that's true, but that's not the guy. There we go. I don't know. Krog here is kind of like trading for a piece, because I have a feeling he's going to have trade value. Hayes has great puck skills, 3 years away, 6'3" defenseman, not bad. And Seal is he's he's got a gym. All three of those, I think, are worth it. The question is, do we, like, basically give up on this dude, who looks okay and is 2 years away, and trade down to get those 3 guys? That's the question. That's where I'm kind of stuck. Do I... Because, like, these 3... they look pretty good. Like, to me, Krog, we're going to get our trade value back regardless. And then Hayes and Seal could be players for us. But it's given up on a sniper. Like this guy, we don't have a full breakdown of his stats, but he should be better than like Pritchard here. Pritchard? What do I got available? I got no first rounder next year. I do have a good second rounder next year, so that's kind of what they're looking for. If I don't trade my first this year, I'm looking at trading my second next year, which are probably very close, or could be very close, depending on what New York does. I'm looking at these 3. Oops. It's a little have my cake and eat it too. That's kind of where I'm at a little bit. I mean, I could trade my New York Rangers pick and have no picks next year. At all. Well, as of now, anyway. Grands, I don't know if I care about. Not really, no. Could do my second in 2 years, but... Does that get it done? Draft schmaft? That's what I'm trading for draft picks. Oh man. I guess it's a little more certain at this point. What we're offering isn't very interesting. I kind of agree. I don't know, let's toss in a 4th. Will that get it done? Probably not, no. 2 seconds and a 3rd in grands? Maybe. Okay, but Al, like... what, if I go and trade my first round pick, right? Is this guy... sufficient enough to warrant drafting him? Or do I go down and take these 3 players? That's kind of where it's kind of where I'm stuck. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning the same way because I'm a little more excited about the other three than I am him. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. That's the deal we're looking at. But I don't want to trade Simashev, so something not Simashev. What's worth a Simashev? It's not that much. So I think we toss George in there. I think we toss George in there. And then let's try a fourth from 2031. Okay, I am good with that. I'm good with that. There we go. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Okay. Frog is 58. Let's just do a quick check here. If somebody was offering me like 55 or something like that, maybe I would see if I can pick up a pick kind of thing. Like Montreal, like what are we doing here? Could we bump down a spot and just get a pick? Probably not. They don't really want it. We do that? That's not actually better. Upgrade this one, I guess? I don't know. See if that works. Alright, that's fine. Okay, let's take Krog. Next one is next one is 59. We'll just do this for Hayes. Okay. Good. $58. We're looking at 62. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna risk it. I'm just gonna make the pick. There we go. Okay. We're looking at 114 and 129. Okay, a little past it. Round 4. I think it is. Round 4. $112. They had another one. Let's do 111 from them. We'll do a 4th and a 6th from later. Okay. What are we looking at? 129 and 174. $129 and 174. So let's see if we can trade. $124. Want to go a little earlier than that. 122. All right, let's edit this trade. We'll take 154. See, we'll try that. Okay, perfect. Is 174. Okay. We'll try and trade down a little bit, see if we can get something more. Something in the 160 category, 156. There we go. With Kiefer Sherwood? I don't really want Kiefer Sherwood, but let's take a pick from... Maybe we'll actually get a pick from, like, next year. Let's try a 4th. And we'll trade our 6th from this year. Will that do? Alright, we'll take it. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. I think the players we got have value. Our AHL team did okay. I didn't actually check like if he wanted to be an associate or not. Oh, scouts. What do we got? Definitely re-signing Eckford. Like our best scout. Anything down at the bottom here? Yes. Alright, all of you can go. And we will find new ones. Hopefully with better overalls. Not overalls as in the jeans, but, you know. Okay. Boldy and Tage are both at the end of their deals. I don't think we can extend them. Can't extend them yet. In December, I think. So is Bo Byram. Voutilainen, we will qualify. Foolish, we will qualify. Elenius, we will qualify. Let's just do all the RFAs at once here. Boucher's fine. Trudeau. It's fine as well. Allen. I mean, it's fine. Rubenkin, also fine. Bedkowski, also fine. UFAs we'll get to in a minute. Let's look at RFAs again, but goalies. Brennan, qualify. Fine. All right. Matt Murray, we can let go. That's fine. LaSalle. And he needs to get much better. And we have the two goalies we just drafted, one of which is 17 years old. Oh, man. I mean, DiPietro is pretty good for the AHL. I think maybe, I don't know. I think Brennan... Like, how did Brennan do? He was okay. He's fine for the AHL. I don't think he's made for the NHL. DiPietro's okay. I think we'll let LaSalle go. I don't think it's worth hanging on to. 1 year at 825 is fine. We'll go with that for now. These two can grow. Main roster, all skaters. All right. UFAs. Lafreniere. I'll give him his entry level. Karsten Susi will let go. McDermott will let go. Grands will let go. Gambrell will let go. Most of this is going to be our AHL lineup. Like, what does Gonsalves want? Two-way, it's fine. Two-way for a year, it's fine. Two-way for 2 years. I think we'll let him go. Jankowski. I think we'll let Jankowski go. More. That's fine. Jordan Stahl at 40. 2 years, bud. I mean, he'll probably retire. Like I don't know. I don't really care. If it's AHL, that's fine. Texier, one way at 1 mil. I can deal with that. He's a good depth forward. Denisenko, again, probably AHL is fine. 2 years, it's fine. Foodie. Kupari. Also fine. Weisblatt. That's okay. We'll just let him go. We always can pick him up in free agency. Alright. That's all for our UFAs. Advance a day. Okay. Assistant coach is back. Okay. I'm okay with Jordan Stahl sticking around. That's fine. I think we're good then. Robenkin accepted, Boucher accepted, Trudeau accepted, Allen accepted, Brennan accepted, Witkowski accepted. Okay. Let's see what's available. I don't know how far I'll go with this, but I'll just take a look at the free agents right now. Ovechkin at 43. Goodness. Quentin Byfield's there. William Karlsson and Killorn at 1 million apiece. I don't know what's going on. Peter Gauthier. That has to be an RFA. Yeah. So is Quentin Byfield. Protus is there. Trocheck, Eriksson Ek, Walker, Nemec. Okay. Okay. Let's sort by monies. Johnny T is up there for 8 mil. Goodness. Kirby Doc is up there. He was on the trade block at the trade deadline, I believe. I like Protus too. We're really gonna have to sell him up though. He's not really interested in the organization. Oh, Voutilainen's down here too. He wants 5 mil. We might have to wait him out a little bit. Alright. We will approach it next time. Thanks for watching. Appreciate every minute you spend with me. Hope you have yourself a good one. Thanks for joining me as always, Al. Greatly appreciated. Glad to have you here. And I hope you all have a great Saturday. Enjoy your time. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now, folks.